Hi everyone, I am Yunus Aydın, an application security engineer at Trendyol and dedicated security researcher. Today, I'm excited to present Bypassing Door Passwords, a deep dive into the security aspects of smart locks, a crucial yet often overlooked part of our digital and physical security landscape. Let's start with who am I? With a background in application security, my career has been focused on finding vulnerabilities on different assets. As a security researcher, I have developed a keen interest in the security of everyday technologies like smart locks, which play an integral role in our security infrastructure. Before we delve deeper into our discussion today, I want to take a moment to address a critical aspect of work in cybersecurity, ethical considerations. Our exploration of bypassing door passwords is not just a technical challenge, it's a responsibility. As we walk through the technicalities of bypassing door passwords, remember our goal is to stay ahead of malicious actors, not to become one. This presentation is for educational purposes, aiming to empower each of us to enhance the security of the systems we safeguard. With that in mind, let's move forward. We will delve into the mechanics of how smart locks operate, particularly those installed outside the buildings. Smart locks represent a significant advancement from traditional locks, integrating digital technology for enhanced security and convenience. How locks work? At their core, smart locks are electronic devices that control access to a physical entryway. One common method of operation is through a password or PIN code. Here's how it typically works. There is a keypad interface. The lock features a keypad where a user inputs a password. This keypad is usually weather resistant and designed to be tamper-proof, ensuring it can withstand outdoor conditions. Password verification. Once you enter the password, the lock's internal system verifies it against a stored value. This process is much like logging into a digital account, but happens within the lock's hardware. Lock mechanism activation. If the entered password is correct, the lock activates its internal mechanism to unlock the door. This is typically achieved through a motorized system that retracts the lock bolt, allowing the door to open. The other one is incorrect attempts and security measures. To prevent unauthorized access, smart locks often have security features like lockout periods after several incorrect attempts. It can be 3, 5, it can change. Or alerts to a connected security system or smartphone app. By understanding these basic operational principles of smart locks, especially those at the exterior of the buildings, we can better appreciate their vulnerabilities and strengths in our subsequent discussion. How smart locks work in housing complexes. Smart locks within housing complexes, where their functionality extends beyond individual apartments to encompass a comprehensive interconnected system. In many modern housing complexes, smart lock systems are integrated not only for the residential units, but also for shared facilities like security offices and markets within the complex. Let's break down how the system typically works. There is a schema for you. Smart locks within housing complexes. Smart locks often part of our centralized control system. This means that every lock, whether an apartment door to the entrance to the complex or communal areas like markets or gym, can be managed from a single control point, usually located in the security office. In this example, this is here. This is a security office. Residents might have access codes or electronic keys that grant them entry not just their own apartments, but also to common areas. This integration simplifies access management while maintaining security. Security personnel can monitor who enters or leaves the complex and even specific areas within it in real time. They can grant or revoke access remotely, which is especially useful for temporary access, like allowing delivery personnel into the complex. These smart lock systems are often interconnected with other smart systems within the complex. For example, unlocking a door could trigger surveillance cameras or notify the concierge or security personnel. In case of emergencies, such as fire or security breach, these systems can be programmed for quick responses, like unlocking all the doors for evacuation or locking down certain areas to contain a threat. Smart padlocks in Turkey and worldwide perspective. We will delve into the state of smart padlocks in Turkey and also extend our view to global landscape of these devices. It's important to note that while I haven't conducted extensive research into worldwide locks, the aim is to understand regional peculiarities as well as universal trends and changes in smart lock systems. Understanding the vulnerabilities in smart lock technology. I will walk you through various weaknesses that can be exploited by unauthorized individuals. What are the potential consequences of overlinking this aspect of security? The first one is default passwords. Default passwords are factory set codes provided by manufacturer for initial setup and access. While they are meant to offer convenience, they often become significant security loopholes if not managed correctly. The risk of default passwords are many users fail to change default passwords on their smart locks. This practice leaves a gaping security hole, as default passwords are often easily guessable, commonly known, or available in public documentation. It makes locks vulnerable to unauthorized access. Also, I will provide real-world examples and statistics showing how often breaches occur due to unchanged default passwords. This will highlight the severity of these oversized insecurity practices. The second one is admin panel. Admin panel serves as the command center for smart lock systems, providing administrative control over the settings, access privileges, and security features. The admin panel is powerful tool. Unlike all powerful tools, it poses significant security risks if not secured properly. Unauthorized access to the admin panel can lead to a complete security breakdown. We will discuss potential vulnerabilities like weak passwords, unsecure network connection, and the risks of leaving default settings unchanged. To illustrate the importance of securing admin panels, I'll share a few case studies where inadequate security led to breaches, emphasizing the consequences of such oversights. The third one is central smart lock control system, a pivotal component in modern security infrastructure, especially in environments like housing complexes or commercial buildings where multiple locks need to manage simultaneously. A central control smart lock system is essentially the hub that manages all the smart locks in a building or complex. It allows for centralized management of access, scheduling, monitoring, and maintenance of all smart locks under its network. The other one is web panels. Web panels in smart lock system essential feature that greatly enhance the user interface and accessibility of these devices. Web panels are digital interfaces, typically accessed through a browser or a dedicated app, which allow users and administrators to remotely control and monitor their smart lock system. Web panels offers a convenient platform for managing smart lock settings and features. Through these panels, users can perform various functions such as setting or changing access codes, monitoring lock status, viewing access logs, and configuring advanced features like guest access or integration with other home systems. While web panels add convenience, they also introduce certain security risks. Being accessible over the internet is one of them. They can be targets for cyber attacks such as hacking or phishing. Weak passwords, unsecure network connection, and outdated software can make web panels vulnerable to unauthorized access. Managing who has access to web panel is crucial also. Users should be careful about granting admin privileges and should regularly review and update access permissions, especially in scenarios where multiple people have access to the panel. And the last one is backdoors. A backdoor in smart lock system typically provides an alternative way of accessing the lock's functionalities without going through the standard authentication or authorization process. This could be hidden software command, physical reset method, or a secret code. A notable example is the vulnerability found in some smart locks where unplugging a specific cable, in this example, this is the cable, DT8 cable here, and then pressing the reset button for 5 seconds before plugging the cable back in, resets the admin passwords. This kind of physical backdoor could be exploited by someone with physical access to lock to gain unauthorized entry or control. Identifying such backdoors requires a combination of technical analysis, including examining the firmware, hardware inspection, and staying informed about the disclosed vulnerabilities in specific models or systems. Also, I will show you the popular smart locks in Turkey, each with its unique features and potential security considerations. Understanding the specifics of these models helps in appreciating their functionalities and also in recognizing any inherent vulnerabilities that might need attention. In evaluating these popular smart lock models, it's crucial to consider not just their ease of use and feature set, but also how they handle security challenges like hacking attempts, spoofing, data privacy, and physical bypass methods. Manufacturers of these locks continuously work to address known vulnerabilities, and it's important for users stay informed about firmware updates and recommended security practices for their specific models. And this is the example of public documentation for smart lock. The importance of smart lock documentation is ensuring the secure and efficient use of these devices. Comprehensive documentation is a vital resource for users, installers, and security professionals, offering detailed insights into the features, installation procedures, and security aspects of smart locks. User manuals and installation guides are the first go-to resources for anyone dealing with smart locks. They provide step-by-step instructions on how to properly install and configure the lock, ensuring it functions as intended. Documentation often includes guidance on setting up managing security features. This can range from changing default passwords to setting up encryption, understanding the lock's various security modes. Proper configuration, as per the guidelines, is key to ensuring lock resistance to unauthorized access. Smart locks, like any technologies, require regular maintenance. Documentation provides information on routine checkups, firmware updates, and troubleshooting common issues. As you can see in the documentation, this is the default password for the normal user. This is door password, and this is the admin password here. In the context of automation, such tools can be instrumental in getting information that can be used for security analysis, vulnerability assessment, and research purposes. These tools are Python library and provides a simple way to automate Google search. It allows users to programmatically query Google and parse the result for specific information. This can be particularly useful in searching for publicly available information related to smart lock models, user manuals, or discussion forums where security vulnerabilities may be mentioned. Google Docs. Google Docs are advanced search queries used to find specific, sometimes hidden information on the internet using Google search engine. While they are powerful tools for information getting, they can also pose significant security risks if sensitive data is unintentionally exposed online. What are the Google Docs? Essentially, search techniques that use advanced operators use Google search to locate specific strings of text within search results. These operators can find files, pages, or data that are not intended for public view. If sensitive information about smart locks, such as installation manuals, default passwords, or admin panels, is indexed by search engines, it could be easily located using these techniques, leading to security breaches. The automation process in the context of collecting and analyzing data related to smart locks. Automation in data gathering and analysis plays a pivotal role in cybersecurity, allowing us to efficiently process large volumes of information to uncover security insights. We will start by discussing why automation is crucial in the context of smart lock security. With the vast amount of data available online, manual analysis becomes impractical. Automated tools systematically gather data across various sources, such as websites, forums, and databases, much faster and more accurately than manual methods. I will introduce the basics of setting up scripts and bots designed for data collection. This includes use of web scraping tools, APIs, and custom scripts to search and collect information based on specific criteria related to smart lock vulnerabilities. Once data is collected, the next step is analysis. We will explore how to use algorithms to sift through collected data, identify patterns, detect anomalies, and extract meaningful insights related to smart lock security, vulnerabilities, and trends. Analyzing downloaded files is a critical step in assessing the security of smart locks. This process involves sifting through a variety of data formats from PDF manuals and configuration files to firmware updates and access logs. The goal is to extract relevant information that could reveal potential vulnerabilities or insights into log security mechanism. The first step is in the analysis, identifying which files are pertinent. This can include user manuals, technical specifications, firmware files, and access logs. Each type of file can offer different insights. For example, manuals might contain default passwords, while firmware files could reveal software vulnerabilities. Various tools can be employed for analyzing these files. Text editor and PDF readers are basic tools for manual review. More advanced analysis, particularly for firmware or executable files, might require specialized software like hex editors, disassembles like IDA, or network protocol analysis like Wireshark TCP-DUMP. The key is to extract information that could impact the security of the smart log. This could involve searching for hard-coded credentials in firmware, identifying insecure default configuration in manuals, or spotting suspicious activities in access logs. Through the analysis, potential security flaws can be identified. These might include weak encryption, the use of default passwords, hidden backdoors, or vulnerabilities that could be exploited through SQL injection or other cyber attack methods. Those are the most used passwords in Turkey. As you can see, those are very basic and common passwords like 000, 1234, or 111. Also, I will show you the demo for you. This is a test environment, and I will show you the video for you. In this section, we enter the admin password. Now changing the door password, entering the new password, and now it's changed. Now go back and enter the new password, and the door is opened. Admin privileges. Admin access usually provides comprehensive control over the smart lock system, including the ability to add or remove users, change access codes, configure settings, and update firmware. This level of access is necessary for effective management of the log, but also poses significant security risks if misused or accessed by unauthorized individuals. The primary risk with admin access lies in its potential for abuse or unauthorized use. If an attacker gains admin access, they can compromise the entire log system, changing access codes, disabling security features, or even locking out legitimate users. Therefore, securing admin access is paramount. Currently, there have been 3 notable contributions to understanding of smart lock vulnerabilities. Interestingly, all 3 of these contributions have identified issues related to default passwords being exploited. This repetition underscores the critical nature of particular vulnerability. Also, if you have findings, research, or observations related to smart lock security that you believe you could contribute to growing body of knowledge, please feel free to reach out on Twitter, LinkedIn, and my email address. Your contributions could be instrumental in discovering new vulnerabilities, refining security strategies, or even developing new approach to smart lock security. The GateKeeper project is a platform designed to aggregate and display essential information about the most popular smart locks. It focuses on several key aspects: default passwords, administrative capabilities, and vulnerabilities of these logs. The project goal is to raise awareness about security flaws and encourage better security practices among users and manufacturers. This is the UI for the project, and I use Streamlit, which is open source app framework. The GateKeeper project offers an interactive web interface that is both informative and easy to navigate. This choice of technology allows for dynamic presentation of data, making it accessible to wide audience, including security professionals and general public. A significant feature of GateKeeper project is its comprehensive database of default passwords for various smart lock models. This database serves as a valuable resource for users to check and ensure their logs are not operating on default, easily guessable passwords. The project also sheds light on administrative capabilities of different smart locks. By understanding these capabilities, users and administrators can better comprehend the extent of control and configuration possible in their devices, which is crucial for proper security management. By providing this wealth of information, the Gatecracker project aims to educate and encourage users and manufacturers to adopt better security practices. It highlights the importance of changing default settings, regularly updating firmware, and being aware of device administrative functions. The Gatecracker API, which plays a crucial role in facilitating access to interaction with the project's extensive database on smart lock security. The API design allows for efficient data management and scalability. It enables the web application to dynamically access the most current information, ensuring users always have access to latest security insights. And this is the GitHub repository for backend. Also, you can access the all source code from the Streamlit UI. An important aspect of the Gatecracker API is its open nature for development and collaboration. Interested contributors access the project on GitHub. This repository serves as a platform for developers to contribute to the project, whether it's by adding new features, improving existing ones, or providing updates on smart lock vulnerabilities. And the remediation step. Identifying vulnerabilities is only part of the solution. The critical next step is implementing effective remediation strategies to address these vulnerabilities and enhance overall security. The first one is, I think, one of the most fundamental remediation steps is changing default settings on smart locks. This includes default passwords, which are often easily guessable, commonly known. Establishing unique, strong passwords is essential for securing access. The second one is regular firmware updates. Manufacturers often release firmware updates that address known vulnerabilities. Regularly updating firmware of smart locks is crucial to protect against exploits that target outdated software. Physical security measures. For smart locks with physical vulnerabilities like certain bypass methods or hardware weaknesses, implementing additional physical security measures can be effective. These may include tamper-evident seals or secondary locking mechanism. Educating users. A significant aspect of remediation involves educating users about smart lock security. This includes informing them about the importance of strong passwords, the need for regular updates, and the best practices for operating and managing their smart locks. Engaging with manufacturers. Users and security researchers should engage with manufacturers about discovered vulnerabilities. This collaboration can lead to quicker resolutions and enhancement in future lock design. By employing these remediation strategies, users, manufacturers, and security professionals significantly enhance the security of smart lock system. These measures, ranging from technical updates to user education, form a comprehensive approach to addressing these vulnerabilities and ensuring the safety and security of smart lock system. Thank you for listening me. In closing, the journey to secure our digital and physical space is shared responsibility. By pooling our knowledge, staying curious, and working together, we can create a more secure future in the realm of smart lock technologies. Thank you once again. Let's move to the Q&A session.
Sorry, hey Eunice, that was a very wonderful presentation. At least it gave us such a huge insight to a topic that a topic that we've not been exposed to much. And first of all, thank you so much for coming over and giving us this presentation. And folks, if you have
Thank
any
you.
questions, feel free to post them. Oh, we have one question. I'm just bringing them on stage. So Ishwar Kumar asks, is it possible to hack remotely to those logs on an actual environment?
Yes, it can possible. It can change from models. You can use web panels for exploiting vulnerabilities like web exploitation, like SQL injection or other attack methods. It is possible, of course, but it can change for the different models.
I see. Cool, cool. Okay. Thank you, Ishwar, for posting that question. We have another question. So Shem asks, could you explain how Smart Lecture more secure than traditional locks, especially in terms of digital encryption?
Smart locks offer enhanced security through digital encryption, which makes them more resistant to traditional lockpicking techniques. They often use advanced encryption methods like AES, Advanced Encryption Standard, to secure communication between the lock and user's device. However, they can be susceptible to digital hacking methods like brute force attacks, man-in-the-middle attacks, or, as I said, SQL injection attacks. Manufacturers counter these by regularly updating software, using secure communication protocols, and incorporating features like automatic lockout after several failed attempts. Thank you, Jim.
Yeah, thank you so much for answering that as well. And yeah, I don't think we have any other questions. And I had a question for myself, so
Okay.
you were discussing about picking locks specifically in the Turkish region, right? So is this uh, geographic specific, all of these logs, or uh, are they are these tools and everything that you've written um, accessible across the globe? I mean, my question is more of, if there is a lock manufacturer that's in a different part of the world than in Turkey, then what other things would you do? Is it the same, or how do you approach that?
Mhm. Those most popular smart locks are actually general smart locks, yeah, using worldwide smart locks, not in only Turkey. Also, you can
Okay.
use these Google Docs, as I mentioned in the slides. You can use and search your smart lock systems in your country and find vulnerabilities in them.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
looks like we have another question. Yeah. So Ishwar also asks, do all smart locks follow the same protocols and mechanism in order to operate?
As I said, it can changeable. It can, for example, Audio Smart Locks is one of the most popular smart lock in Turkey. It uses only physical security measures, not providing web panels. But in other smart lock systems, they can use web panels or different functionalities, so it can change.
Okay, so in those situations, what do you do? Do you like do a full blown recon on the network IP and then find the panel, or how do you like determine where the web panel is located? Do you have any tricks for that?
Web panels most probably used on public documentation. It shows the how you set up the configurations and web panels. You can search on Shodan maybe for specific settings. For example, searching on Shodan for specific ports and the uh, brand name, and you can find the all web panels.
Cool. Yeah. That's an interesting approach. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, I believe those are all the questions. We have answered almost all of them. And yeah, at this moment, I think we are done with the presentation, Eunice.